whenever there is change, a lot of people may not adapt to the change. I want you to tell the viewers, because see, politics today, the perception is it is only a number game now, it is about opportunism. So, it actually surprises a lot of people when people quit because of what your ideals are. Why don't you tell the viewers about, you're such a senior person and you've been with the party, very influential also, is what made you actually resign? Is it that you were not
See,
taken into confidence, or is it that the entire thing about BJP, which actually has the image of dividing communities, what mattered more to you, Shafiullah Saheb?
see, actually, in all over India, one can very clearly see wherever the BJP government is there in whichever state, one can see what is happening in that state. For example, Gujarat, when there was a BJP government ruled by our present Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he was Chief Minister in 2002, whole Gujarat was fully subjected to riots and disruption and uh, disruption of peace and harmony. And now you see what is happening in the Manipur. And very recently in Karnataka, for 3 years, the BJP government was there. And every day in whole of the Karnataka, one or the other place, every day there used to be a rift between Hindus and Muslims for no reason. It's all created every day by either Bajrang Dal, VHP, or Sri Ram Sene, and so many
Right.
organizations created by
Yeah.
BJP.
Yeah. But
And people are tired of seeing that kind of
yeah.
governance by the BJP.
Right, but you know what? Let me tell you that I'm playing the devil's advocate. But even the patriarch, Mr. Deve Gowda, as well as HDK, have time and again said we are against sectarian politics. BJP tries to divide communities and the society. So, all along, what do you think has changed? Is it only survival? Is it the last resort that the Deve Gowdas see for surviving? Is it what made them now stitch up an alliance with the BJP, sir? Desperation.
See, one can see very clearly all over India what is happening with how the central government is dealing with the opposition leaders of all the parties
All right.
in every state. And maybe that is one of the causes how they are going to deal with the opposition leaders. That
Are
is
you are
what
you insinuating, sir? Are you insinuating ED raids, investigating agencies? Is it a kind
I
of press? Is it that? Is that what?
as a responsible citizen, I don't want to name any of those. And it's obvious and very clear. And the people are seeing, like in Hindi, it is said, "Ye janta hai, sab kuch janti hai." Very clear that every opposition leader is being, forced
Yeah, but
to
sir,
accept the
logically, see, it
conditions
is
of the
so.
BJP.
But sir, it's an electoral game. I mean, the thing is that after these elections, we saw JDS actually the ground being eroded in a major fashion. Whether it is Vokaliga or whether it is the minorities, I don't know what BJP is going to gain unless BJP, because it was ruling Karnataka before May. So I find all this very odd. Mr. Gowda, would you like to take that question? He says it seems like the alliance is only for convenience. This marriage is for convenience. BJP, we say that so would you like to answer that? Do you think that is why the two, your party and the BJP, have come together, Mr. Gowda?
No, it's not for convenience. Actually, I wanted to tell my friend Shafiullah, so many occasions where former Prime Minister Devgowda ji said, and even former Chief Minister Kumar Swamiji also reiterated and confirmed, it is my duty to take care of our minority friends and minority community. We will take care of them. Whoever believes me, we will definitely we will take care of them. and there is no question of letting them down, whether politically or socially.
Right.
We will take them along. That is the strong message they have already given, even to our president Ibrahim ji. They have told, when there is no question of letting you down. Though we will joining hands with BJP, our secular ideas will remain. We are only joining with the BJP and not our
Mr.
ideologies.
Mr.
Ideologies
Gowda,
are
yeah,
different thing.
Mr.
So
Gowdas, last time
don't
when
have to
we both
worry.
spoke, Mr. Gowda, you had said that our leaders will speak with the senior leaders of the minority community and we will bring them back. What happened? Today, Mr. Ibrahim, by 16th, he may have joined the Congress, sir. That's what sources are telling us. He's in constant touch with the India bloc. I think you failed. I want to ask Shafiullah Saheb before I go to Dr. Itnal. Shafiullah Saheb, isn't it true that he's given time till 16,
Madam,
and
you will
someone like
become central
Ibrahim,
minister.
who has came from the Congress and made president of the JDS, today says that I am very shocked, I am very hurt, no one took me into confidence and they just did this. So do you think that Mr. Ibrahim most likely will go to the Congress?
Well, I don't want to talk on behalf of him. He has clarified in his own press conference. As far as the case of, in my case, I have already resigned only because my party, which stands and formed on the credentials and the principles and ideology of secularism, has joined hands with the party which only believes in creating rift between the various communities, various religions, various castes, and various groups of the people. And they have shown it when they were ruling in Karnataka, they have shown it very well. That is why the people of Karnataka thrown them out. And now joining hands with them is like proving that what they have done is, it will continue even later on when they come to power, if they happen to come to power.
All right.
And the people of the whole Karnataka, not only Muslims, whole people of the Karnataka, Hindus and Muslims, they have experienced the very bitter way of governance during these 3 years when BJP was in power. And now the BJP is out of the power. And now it's not a good time that my earlier party should have gone and joined with them.
So the beauty,
the best thing is to remain.
Yeah, the beauty of Indian politics is, and with due respects to you, sir, I hope you do not take offense, sir, but I think that you're sounding a lot like what the Congress or the India bloc would say, कि हम जो है नफ़रत की दुकान को बंद करके मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलना चाहते हैं और ये पार्टी ये नहीं करेगी. So I'm getting a lot of indications, but that's my job. I'm a journalist, I want to look for clues. Well, I'll come back to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Dr. Itnal, elections is about numbers. Elections hardly works on emotions, particularly these days, that Garibi Hatao phase is gone, So the thing is, I want to ask you, a lot of people are saying, let the minority leaders leave JDS. Let them leave it. As such, in 2023, the JDS really did not do, go great guns so far as the minority votes are concerned. They went, please correct me if I am wrong, like Vakaligas, a lot of Ahindas and, minorities went to the Congress. So they are saying it really does not matter. So let's look at it in a very clinical fashion, Dr. Itnal. Do you think it matters that most of the, now even CM Ibrahim is, I think he will quit by the 16th.
Most likely, that's what I also feel. Yeah. But looking at if JDS and Gowdas have taken this decision based on their performance or what Kumar Sami said in a press conference saying that we did so much for Muslims did not support us. If that is a logic, the problem is that they have not seen, they have not understood the kind of understanding Congress worked out with SDPI in coastal Karnataka in previous elections few months ago. So the SDPI openly supported Congress. Why it supported that? JDS had to do an introspection within themselves.
Right.
It's not about en masse any community goes for any political party. Number one. Number two, Mr. Prasad Gowda was saying that it is not an alliance of convenience, then what is it? Is it meeting of the ideologies?
Yeah, I know.
Is it meeting of the minds? If it is not an alliance of convenience, then what else it is?
Yeah.
See, I have not seen. They say there is a saying, Sudha, that we keep saying that politics makes strange bedfellows.
Very
I have not
strange.
seen strange. We have not seen a stranger bedfellows like this.
Yeah, but there is a past history, no, doctor, to the strange bedfellows. We've all seen the tug of war, how, JDS and Yedurappa, we were all there. I mean, thank
True,
God
true.
for being aged that I have remember all this, what had happened, that your chance,
No,
we will see
again,
that
again,
famous
again.
press conference,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so we,
No,
yeah, go on, doctor.
if JDS had any kind of affinity towards BJP's or India's ideology, what were they doing when JDU went with Vajpayee government in 1998?
Exactly.
That's exactly why JDS was formed
Hmm.
as an alternative to JDU as an alternative to Congress.
Yeah, all
Now,
right.
if they're going ahead with this alliance, that too, you are keeping out, no smaller leader than the state president of your own party,
Right.
whom you celebrated as minority
Yes,
leader and you brought
absolutely.
him from
And this
Congress.
is a big mistake is what are you bring him in first and then today he is saying I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, father figure, brother, everything. It's like your family member backstabbing you and frankly I don't only see it as a very moral thing. I think there is also electoral smartness in this. शफीउल्लाह साहब अभी आती हूँ मैं आपके पास. Meanwhile, let me go to Professor Puranik. Professor Puranik, a lot of experts are saying that even in the 2023 assembly elections, the BJP and the JDS had a big lead, so far as the Lingayats and the Vokaligas are concerned. They had a bigger lead when compared to the Congress. So they say their coming together is a very good idea. Anyone who wants to go, let them go. They will consolidate the two biggest groups in Karnataka and that's what matters to strike back. Would you agree with this? I mean, let's look at it in a very clinical fashion, Professor Puranik.
Yeah, from the point of view of numbers game, after all, now the chemistry is in question and the ideological, whatever, odd combinations. Mr. Itnal said, strange bedfellows. It is true. But, politics is out of the possible. And Mr. Devagowda is very shrewd in this also. But when 17 years ago, when they were together, they had the same kind of whatever alliance that was there. And during that period, Mr. Farooq, who is a very senior leader of JDS party, has not quit. And he said, I will not quit. And he says that during that period, when we were with BJP, no harm was done to JDS or Muslims in particular and all that. So therefore, I will not go out of this also. So he is perhaps, he may be likely to be appointed as a president or in a senior position, he may be accommodated. So Mr. Devagowda's whatever the political games we have seen, he's like a phoenix from the ashes. He will rise and he will see that the Karnataka farmers issues or the identity of a regional party. I think these are all some of the magic words or slogans which perhaps he will use now when the alliance takes place. Second thing is about number games. BJP has got 34 or 35% votes intact. Its vote numbers have not come down. But whereas Muslims, I think from 19.4, which JDS had earlier, now it is 13.4. So 13.4 and 34 34% or 35.5%, 34.5. I think the JDS has got that kind of mathematical calculations also. So I said, when the chemistry is still, in the offing, I think they must have worked out this mathematics. And
right. So
thirdly,
you're saying
as you mentioned, they are going to.
Yeah. So you're saying chemistry is in question, but arithmetic works perfectly well.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. We have to look at it from all angles, And you're right. Shafiullah Saheb, please go ahead. You had raised your hand twice, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
See, leaders of JDS and many other people who are discussing on this issue are talking only on Muslim votes to JDS. I wanted to point towards the votes of all other communities, which has come down this time for the JDS. There should be some other reasons. We should, I mean, my party, earlier party should have had pondered into all those aspects rather than pointing finger only towards Muslim votes. Muslim votes might have come down, but it has not reached to zero level. There are many Muslims who have voted to JDS, and there are many non-Muslims who have also not voted, and their earlier graphs have come down.
Yes, sir,
And
you are right. Sir, you are
I don't
right.
think it's good for the party.
Yeah, it's not good for the party. I know that their
vote.
vote share has been eroded by both Congress and the BJP. But you know, experts may say that, chalo, if there are two enemies, at least if you join hands with one enemy, you are in a better shape. But I want to ask you something. In the run up to the election, sir, we saw the kind of family saga which unfolded in the Deve Gowda family. It is not to sit judgment on someone who's 90 plus and has been the Prime Minister of this country. But it was very clear, and I want you to tell me, because now you are not part of the party. Is it also because there is too much self-focus on son, daughter-in-law, grandson, actor, non-actor, Prajwal, Revanna, Anita? I mean, it seemed to be one mega serial which was unfolding, and which actually a lot of, because I have done stories about how very senior level karyakartas, workers were feeling very frustrated, Shafiullah Saheb.
See, when I was in the party, I always focused on how the service is being done as a political party and political leaders, how the service is being rendered to the society. And I don't see any less service from the family of the Deve Gowda's family persons. I think they also are capable of rendering their services. That's why they got elected. Once they got elected, we can't say that they belong to one family or two families. If people elect them, the whole of the state has to agree that with the elected representative. Now, just because I have left the party, I cannot point my fingers towards that. I think if a person comes to the electoral foray and get elected, and that is sufficient for him to lead the constituency and render his services to the people of that constituency, whichever family he is belonging to. And if he is good in that, definitely people will like him, and we should not see them with any, indifferent sight. That's what I think.
Sir, it's very nice. I am so happy to meet someone who's still so idealistic. I'm surprised actually. But the point is that politics does not work like that in this country, at least for the past 1.5 decades, from 2014 at least. It's about you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Congress, everyone is equally guilty of doing that, because power is such a, is such an intoxicating thing. I want to ask you, when you resigned, did you get a call from Mr. Deve Gowda or HDK or someone to say, do not go, Shafiullah Saheb, please rethink your decision? Or, because I found it very strange when Kumaraswamy said, oh, we've done so much for the Muslims, what have they done? I thought that maybe he was just being very petty.
See, with regard to the statement by my earlier leader, Mr. Kumaraswamy, that he has done a lot of things to the Muslims, no doubt he has been very kind, and his administration was very good, and Muslims were in peace at that time. There is no doubt about that. At the same time, every leader, it's his duty to do that, to consider all the citizens and see that everybody progresses and the whole state remains in peace and harmony. And it's his duty, what he has done. And if he has done it, it's well and good. That's why he has got some respect. Right now, pointing fingers towards only Muslims and telling them, I don't think it's good. Another thing is, you have asked me one question that whether they have contacted me. They have tried to call me and explain to me why they have gone and joined with the BJP. But I know very well, I see BJP from the angle of how they are ruling in UP, Manipur,
All right.
and
Okay.
various other states, and what kind of governance they are giving to the people of
Yeah,
those
right,
states.
right. So, so Mr. Gowda, I want to ask you. Shafiullah Saheb was very honest. He said they're trying to contact me. How are you going to stop Mr. Ibrahim? Do you have any strategy to stop Mr. Ibrahim? Because it is not just about him belonging to the minority community. It is about, I mean, we are talking about a former union minister. We are talking about a very tall leader who has a place in Karnataka politics. What is your strategy going to be, sir?
Yeah, madam, myself, Shafiullah Saheb, Ibrahim Saheb, we are all very close friends. You can because I am even Shafiullah Saheb is also listening to my words now. Okay, and we are all very good friends. He has got very love and affection for the whole party and everything. At this crucial minute, after we lost elections after this after MLA elections, whatever we expected, it has not happened. Though we have traveled, though Kumar Swami and our president Ibrahim ji traveled across the state, more than 10,000 kilometers, 10 to 12,000 kilometers they have traveled, and and they have told
Right.
all these programs, 5 programs, they have whatever in our party manifesto, and people were very happy. Wherever they go, lakhs and lakhs of people used to gather, and everybody was thinking that JDS regional party will going to form the government independently,
Yeah, but it
and
didn't happen.
no, it has not. It didn't happen. That's why I'll come to that point. So after this, immediately after last magic of this Congress, though they have not done anything, and our effort was more. The Kumar Swami ji's effort and Ibrahim ji's effort was more to form the government. But we were disappointed. We are not able to form the government. Now at this point of juncture, yeah, I don't think that leave the party. Of course, yes, he will. He said he will talk to his people and come back to Devgowda ji before 16th, and he will tell his decision whether to leave the party, because he was honored like anything in our
Right,
party.
right.
He was like God's
Yeah,
figure.
but then I don't, all that is very good. It's well meaning, Mr. Gowda, but you need strategy, sir. In first,
Ideology.
Shafiullah Saheb left. We
One
have
second.
several
I will
leaders.
come to
Nabi
that.
Saheb left. We,
Ideology. One second, because I'm
sir,
sitting
quickly,
in
sir.
your
I have to go to other guests also. No, so I'm saying,
because
the thing is, you,
ideology, as far as ideology is concerned, madam, because this is very crucial. I have to
go on,
confirm, and
sir.
as far as ideology is concerned, our leaders, Devegowdaji and Kumar Swami, are very particular to protect the interest of the
But
minority
so far it
community.
has not happened. It has not
And,
happened. We will look at
and
reality as it unfolds. Dr. Itnal, look at this. I mean, 2023 we saw that, JDS's vote share was being eroded by both Congress and the BJP. If you look at it, it's not apples to apples. Of course, there could be differences, but these two parties were eating away, so people say it's a very good thing. Let JDS, form an alliance with the BJP. But today, if you look at it realistically, suppose this marriage fails, because if leaders are, because BJP also there are rumblings. It's not that they are very happy, because if you and I have been fighting for years, suddenly you and I have to walk hand in hand and ask for votes. It's not easy. What is the message that you are? So, do you think it is time that the JDS is really number 3 and really been relegated to the back burner and has become very insignificant in the Karnataka politics?
At the risk of sounding prophetic, let me say that this is the last chapter in JDS life story, in life cycle. So because you're mentioning about JDS stand against BJP in previous times.
Yeah.
Just few weeks ago, Kumar Swami wrote an op-ed article in Prajavani, a local Kannada newspaper, criticizing RSS. With his byline, it was published. And then Kumar Swami is known to have made the statements regarding this Peshwas being taken over by BJP and all those such things. He criticized BJP openly, saying that they want to bring out bring back Peshwa rule to Karnataka. So such being the case, and come to think of it, when there is a whatever the exigencies are there, whatever political compulsions could be, do you think the moment you go and shake hands, your voter base, even consider Vokkaligas only. Anyways, you are alienated Lingayas, you are alienated Muslims now.
Yes.
Muslims are alienated. Now you're Gowdas only, Vokkaligas only. Will they automatically go and vote for BJP now because you were there? No. Yeah, voter is not that stupid. Voter also thinks. Voter also thinks. Now what happens is that now whatever may be the compulsions between Gowdas and BJP, that is different thing. But how it comes across the larger picture, the common man sees it only as a power-hungry gesture by a political family, because we know people who have been observing Karnataka politics for a long time, they know what Gowdaji did to Hegdeji, what Gowdaji did to Siddaramaiah, what Gowdaji did to Yediyurappa. We know all these things. And also Dharam Singh, I forgot the Dharam Singh instance also. Yeah, we all know this. Now in the same series, this continues. This time, what is at stake? The very party's existence is at stake. If it works, party is. If it doesn't, party is no more.
Right. Professor Puranik, I want to come to you now. Professor Puranik, what I asked Dr. Itnal, you have said that, do not underestimate the power of Deve Gowda. He will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. But the point is, if you look at it in a very, very practical fashion, this alienating of Muslim leaders, imagine they did very badly. I mean, they did not do very well in the 2023 elections. After that, as a survival tactic, the voter may even forgive you if you are trying to survive. At least they have done something. But this alienation of senior leaders leaving the party and also Mr. Ibrahim, who's almost 1 foot outside the door, don't you think it's a major, major blow to JDS? Forget about BJP. I am only talking about the JDS. How are they going to counter this, Professor? You tell me. It has not even been 10 days and it is over almost. And don't you think, Syed Ibrahim, it is not just about minorities. It's very, I agree with Shafiullah Saheb that it's also about others, how they perceive this.
I think, if Ibrahim quits the party, which is likely to happen sooner, perhaps as you said, within a week or so. So that means to say it's a big setback, which I mentioned earlier also. But there is also, I think Muslims are divided now, because not that N block Muslims have left JDS or deserted Mr. Devegowda and Kumaraswamy. So that's the point that we have to keep it in mind. And elections are, as you said, in terms of their arithmetic and calculations and all that. Second thing is survival of the party. Mr. Devegowda will definitely, within the party, he will explain why he has taken this decision. Though it's ideologically little, not little in a big way, it's a big setback or a shame on JDS, which professed in secularism 100% and also stood by Muslims. But all Muslims may not leave JDS leader. That's why Imtiaz, another vice president, is still staying. As I said, Mr. Farooq is also there. And even from the point of view of the voting percentage, even if 3 or 4% Muslims leave JDS or they don't vote for JDS party, they perhaps, they will try to make it up with the alliance that the BJP has come forward. I think this is something which, as I mentioned earlier in your debate, this ideological factor, I don't think any party is Puritan or, you can say they are, adhering to ideology, as I said, except Communist Party. Second, see, when Shiv Sena, Uddhav group joins hands with Congress and others, JDS doing this kind of thing, perhaps if public memory is very short. Perhaps in the election, when it comes for the question of electing a regional party and reviving its identity, and also giving some kind of credit to Mr. Devegowda, having been former Prime Minister and also had spell on the people of Karnataka, which he made Karnataka proud that one person could become
Right.
prime minister. I think in the Lok Sabha elections, this will be the
I
litmus
wonder
test
if
for.
that is relevant. The voters' age has changed now, Professor Puranik. Perception
Yeah,
has
even then,
changed.
even
I
then,
mean,
you know,
who this?
I'm not saying JDS has done the right thing. There is a possibility of a sympathy factor in favor of Mr.
Well,
Gowda, which
yeah,
perhaps he will try to exploit
right.
or make use. That that's how I feel.
Shafiullah Saheb, you think how soon or how delayed will be CM Ibrahim's exit according to you? What are you picking up,
See,
sir?
Mr. CM Ibrahim has very clearly given the press statement, and he has expressed that on 16th he is going to take the views of all the party cadres, and then he'll take a decision. That's what he has said. And all other moves, what he's going to do is I cannot express. He only can clarify. Another thing, in the whole talk, everybody is only talking about Muslim votes. I think for my earlier party, it's quite difficult for improving the vote share of the other communities also. If they have joined hands with the BJP, the whole lot of the people who were with the JDS, we have all been convinced right from beginning that my earlier party used to be believing, and we had been running uh, on the principles of mm, secularism. And now, all of a sudden, if they tilt towards, say, about what the BJP's ideology is there, I don't think the party would be able to garner other communities' votes
All
also.
right,
There is a
yeah,
problem.
yeah, Shafiullah Sahib, you're right, because if you look at both Vokaligas and Lingaites, like Dr. Itnal also said, and now Muslims also, and I think it's really ridiculous to say Muslims en bloc vote for it. No, they don't. It's been proven time and time again that you know, like other communities, they don't you know, vote for one party, run to what are they are not heard. I mean, they are thinking individuals, and you know, they vote according to what their needs are, but they do not vote for the BJP. That is a gospel truth, which all of us
No,
have to accept.
not because it's BJP,
In
only because how the BJP is dealing with the Muslims in all the states
absolutely,
where they have the government.
absolutely right, but even in some states, you know that the Muslims have voted for the BJP, and you know, that's another conversation. But I'm asking you, what are you planning to do? Are you planning to join the Congress, or have you now hung up your boots? You don't look like someone who's ready to retire, Shafiullah Sahib. What's your next step going to
Ms.
be?
Ms. Sudha, I am a very, 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 very active and busy man in social work all over the state, and people know very well. And all the leaders of all the parties know my services, and it's recognized by everybody. And I am just waiting that definitely anybody will be ready to take me. But I am trying to wait for some time and then think over it. Uh, and
what we
definitely I'll be ready.
what is called in the corporate world as a cooling off period. So I guess that what I can see is that the next time maybe I shall, when I speak to you, maybe you're part of the Congress. This is, I am taking a punt on this, and I hope that, you know, because there is no other option left so far as Karnataka politics is concerned. Thank you so much, Syed Shafiullah Saheb, to have joined us on this chat. TR Prasad Gowda, it's always such a pleasure. Dr. Basavaraj Itnal, thank you very much indeed. Professor Chambi Puranik, always lovely to have you on my show. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was wonderful. And the South Indian will now say goodbye, because that's all we have time for. And like I said, politics is a very, very interesting animal. You know, today there are things which you and I could say will never ever happen. But like life, never say never ever. And on that note, the South Indian says namaskara, vanakkam, until yet another story breaks and you and I get to speak on this couch.